grocery store. Hell yeah. Alright, good ride. Five nine nine one East Spring Street. Just sitting there doing nothing. No idea what's going on. Hello, Hassan. I'm a Uber and Lyft driver in Los Angeles, California, and I am 1 minute away from picking up a passenger. You should ask a question for me or the passenger. Or a talking subject or something. 14717 Pioneer Boulevard. Yes, I'm your driver, Nick. Hello. We're on our way to 14717 Pioneer Boulevard.
Yes.
Hey y'all, I'm your driver, Nick. If y'all like anything adjust in the car, just let me know.
Thank you.
Where's y'all? Ooh, I can't go there. Is y'all's day going okay? That's what I meant to say instead of fumbling over my words.
Good.
I used to make a lot of videos about interesting things, and it made my life much more interesting. And I've been getting back to it now. I've been live streaming while working, giving people rides and asking interesting questions. Sorry, I interrupted you. You're about to ask something.
Oh yeah, just what exactly?
Oh, I mean, I did. Are you talking about in the past or currently, or both? Yeah, Yeah. It's more of like an introduction of like, I like talking to people and learning about people. So I'm gonna ask you something. You can tell me like, shut up if you want, if you don't want to talk to me. Yeah, I like to ask people about like their lives. You know, like what's the best moment of their life. That's the things I think about a lot. Is like the best moment of my life, like what I want out of life. But I did lots of like philosophical types of videos, like questioning things, I suppose. I don't know, do you ever think about this stuff? Are you like a curious person? Think about this stuff, or?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, cool, okay.
Just more of the, should I ask, should I not bother, should it's my brain where I'm willing to ask.
Are you saying asking yourself or asking other people, or?
Yes, asking other people.
Okay. Yeah, it's always weird initially, especially with strangers, because you have no context.
Yeah.
Does anything come to mind whenever I ask like maybe the most memorable moments of your life or the best moments? I'm wanting to be inspired to do new things. So I'm wanting people to tell me about like their experiences so I can go, oh cool, I've never done that. I'm gonna go do that or something like this.
I think the main ones is just, I think everyone's answers in travel,
Sure.
the art, cooking,
Yeah.
learning a new instrument, I guess new languages as well.
Yep.
I don't think I have a unique answer, to be honest.
That's okay. Whenever I asked this question to someone the other day, they basically talked for a good 10 minutes straight about all the different dishes that I'm speaking specifically to your cooking that you mentioned. They were obsessed with making different dishes from around the country and around the world, and they're like went in really deep detail about each one of them, and I could really appreciate that person was really into it, and also how boring my food palette is, I guess. How I pretty much have like the same like 5 or 10 things I just have on repeat, and then just add seasoning to flavor, you know. But as a kid, I never really went out to eat. It was pretty much always just whatever my mom made.
Okay.
So I got used to a pattern of 5 or 10 things she did pretty well.
Yeah, I think that's how everyone grows up, right?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of Mexican dishes that my mother makes, and I only know like a handful.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I'm more of like, I like tasting food, new food.
Yeah, definitely.
So obviously Japanese, Korean, Mexican food, it's basically normal to me. So Vietnamese, I think I only learned how to make pho one time.
Okay.
What's your background?
My background?
Yeah.
I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri. Well, near St. Louis, Missouri, in a small farm town, Midwest, a couple thousand people population. And I didn't really relate to anyone growing up. I found it difficult to get excited about the things the people around me were really excited about. Mostly like which sports teams they're rooting for, which politicians they didn't like, which, you know, drama was happening in my small town. And so I just spent all my time obsessing on academics and sports. And I got really good at these things. You know, was a straight A student in high school, and then, you know, topped my class in college. Not literally the top, but in the top whatever percentage. Did really well in school and college, and played baseball in college, and had a good job. Everyone was proud of me, and it wasn't filling the void. I wasn't getting something out of life. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was I was missing out of life, but it didn't feel like I was living someone else's life.
Yeah.
And so after that, I left the job and lived off the money for at least a couple of years. Lots of hitchhiking and couch surfing, asking philosophical questions. At one point, I bought a 50cc scooter and drove it across the country. Yeah, and stopped at a whole bunch of different. I really like to go into universities and speaking to college students because they were so open to talk to me about these types of things. And then at one point I was in Mexico PV teaching English. I went to Africa and traveled around on a motorcycle there for a while. And then since then I've just had a lot of different random jobs in different places, and most recently did real estate before Uber and Lyft, and then kind of just tried this out and liked this more. So I think I'm going to be doing this for another month or two.
Okay.
Uber and Lyft. I've been doing it now for a couple of years, and I wouldn't say tired of it, but I'm becoming restless. And yeah, like I've saved up a lot of money with it, which is awesome. So I have a lot more freedom now. I don't have to hitchhike and couch surf anymore. I don't have to be super frugal. And yeah, I think I'm ready to go back to adventuring. Like I'm probably gonna live out of this car for a while, I think.
Oh, that's interesting. Gonna do the whole TikTok.
I've done van life before. Like I had a minivan I lived out of for a while. There's a disc golf course there called El Dorado. I was just playing. I used to travel around the country and play disc golf tournaments around the country, and I lived out of a van for that to save money. But I think I'll probably split it halfway. Like I can sleep in this car in that I've done it before. I can fit a pretty big mattress. Like if you fold those seats down,
Yeah.
it's pretty big. Like it's not queen size or anything, but it's bigger than a twin.
Yeah, it's like full, maybe.
Yeah, about a full size. And I'm very tall, so I need at least my feet are still touching the ends of it. I guess I'm saying is I'll probably split about half and half. You know, basically when there's something that isn't a good price, or I can't find a good deal, or I don't have a friend to stay with, I'll stay in this.
Yeah.
Half the time, just to keep myself on the edge, make things. I guess Yeah, and the video thing is basically an excuse to make my life more exciting. I miss the days when my life was more spontaneous. I just become a little too conservative with my adventure,
Yeah.
and I want to put it as a higher priority. So
Okay. Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, from what you're telling me, anyone who's in the philosophical side of things, I think you want answers, questions, to like pique your interest, right?
yeah, I'm coming to terms that these people online, they do have value. I used to kind of roll my eyes at content creators and people that made stuff online. I didn't think it was valuable because it wasn't real life. And the more I find people, like I have a couple content creators that I really like what they have to share, and I learn things, and I'm inspired by them and motivated by their words alone. And I think it's foolish for me not to be part of the technological experience,
Yeah.
And so this is my attempt to have the right relationship, which is coexisting or sharing with or learning from. And sometimes it's friends, old friends I haven't talked to in a long time, and sometimes it's strangers, and I don't know, it's novel. It's interesting to me.
I think the closest I can get to that is art.
Cool.
I love the paint. I find it more difficult to focus on a painting if I don't have music on.
Wow, okay.
And it has to be specific. Like it has to be. I have to have a playlist set for the feeling and emotions that I want to focus on.
Definitely.
And there's this time that I went to. I don't know if you've ever gone, but in LA they had like a Van Gogh experience.
Okay.
Where they'll have like his art and little shows of like animated stuff with his art on the wall. You can kind of interact with it. But after that experience, I was on the road. It was at night. It was kind of like near the desert area.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
it was the music that I listened to that was at that location, and then it was more like it gave me inspiration for
Cool.
painting. And I've never been more focused. I went 2 full days, like non-stop painting.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom, I have to eat, I'm getting kind of squirmy, like
Yeah. Take a break.
yeah, and that's how intense it was to where I was just focused on my painting.
Yeah.
And that's not good for class, but I think even my professor like what inspired, because they're even just like my sketch for it intrigued him. It's like what gave you this feeling? I'm like, well, I think if I gave you the music that I was listening to,
Yeah.
and then you looked at it in the way that I'm looking at it, it won't explain it completely, but it'll give you an idea.
Absolutely.
I think that's like the most awesome way of being able to show someone kind of like to get a hint of what it is. I think it'd be interesting for you to try.
To try to create something art-wise, is what you're saying?
It could be anything, whether it's painting,
Sure.
ceramics, maybe sculpting. A lot of people would prefer different things.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
I think if you wanted to put something out there that you want to show pain on the canvas, or love, or fear, like I think having the best of music, kind of put it on there, let people know that.
Yeah. I'm curious if there's a specific artist or genre, or what was the type of music that you played to create this?
It's an instrumental.
Okay.
I like have it on personal. I have like a playlist full of different.
Absolutely. Because I completely relate to you in that the easiest way. So there's just so much music that I listened to growing up that I can basically at any time I want to feel this emotion. I remember that one time I listened to this one song and it made me feel that emotion, and I can literally just cycle through, we'll call it like 5 different albums based on whatever emotion I want at that given time. It's really powerful. And I'm so honored that someone else, I guess I'm saying is I can see from the other side, which is as the consumer of the creation,
Yes.
art, you know?
The song is called The Egg.
The Egg, okay.
And it's like a 2020 remaster
Okay.
of another song. But it's
Will you play a little piece of it? Can you play a little piece of it? Do you have it open?
yeah.
Yeah, it feels very creative. Are you familiar with the artist M83? M and the number 8, number 3? This reminds me of a little bit. This is the only artist I can think of that's even close to this.
Yeah.
It feels like you're in a dream.
Yeah, that's exactly the feeling. And like I said, when I was listening to the song, because I Shazammed it from the location, at night where I'm able to see the moon, I can see in the distance the mountains. It wasn't just like in my head, it was like there was a visual, you get me? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
The feeling that you were in, it's like, and the type of person that I am, or in this case, what interests me the most is kind of like the movie to watch. I know it's like some people are like, oh, it's rock, but to me, it's like a dream almost, like a reminder of dreams. I don't know if that makes sense.
Also, the artist Bon Iver, Boniver. This reminds me a little bit of this. I'm just trying to give you maybe some more options in this realm if you want to keep on following that rabbit or whatever.
Oh,
This is M83. But they have a lot more obscure ones. That's some of the most well known. That might be one of their most famous songs.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually in the pursuit of a singular goal. I want to have something that is worth devoting the rest of my life to. That's what I'm really after.
Yeah.
I've simplified my life a lot, and I have a couple things that I really enjoy, but none of those things that I have as hobbies I like are the singular focus. So it's me balancing a couple things that I personally enjoy, but it's not. No one else is required in these activities, so it's quite isolating,
Okay.
which is valuable in that I learn a lot about. I'm grateful for my isolation, but that being said, it's better if I were to do something that was in unison with others that we could create together, because it'd be more enjoyable. So this is my attempt. It's basically me throwing my hands up and going, I don't know how to do this thing on my own currently. Like, I don't know how to feel peak Nick. I don't know how to feel like today's the best day. Oh, I'm gonna go for yeah, I guess I'll go for this one. I don't know how to do this and attempt to have the best day ever on my own. So I'm getting back into the creation, which is like, I don't know quite what's the best route to go, and I'm gonna figure out real time. I don't know. I don't quite know what it is yet. Like, I have a lot of things I'm still interested in, but none of them are like,
This is it.
yeah, exactly. There's these 2 people, online people that I referred to earlier. 2 of them that I've looked up to the most recently. One is by the name of Alex Hormozy, and the other one's by the name of Brian Johnson. One is like business entrepreneur, and the other one is a longevity entrepreneur, or coexistence with AI to live as long as possible. That's Brian Johnson, and Alex Hormozy is like business entrepreneur, like try to make as much money as possible. And their philosophies behind them, I think, are valuable, and I think about those philosophies a lot to inspire me, but I don't want to do exactly what they're doing. So I'm like trying to piece together something I would find more valuable, and
You want to combine.
I'm not getting any younger. I gotta figure out eventually, or settle for, it's also okay just to be a fan too. It's okay to assimilate and be a cog in the wheel. I still think there's a better wheel to be a cog in.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's just how you said, finding something that can get you to collab with other people.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. Obviously, if you've had opportunities like that, maybe like you've been able to feel like, oh yeah, maybe this is exactly what I've been looking
Yeah.
for. But
Well, I definitely know what it feels like to go, yep, this is it. And I have, I guess, enough courage to accept that sometimes it isn't, that I'm actually wrong. I'm wrong about things sometimes. I guess I'm saying is like, I'm grateful that I haven't settled yet for any of those things that I still am searching for, because I still have more time to live. But it's, I guess, the crux of being human in the 21st century is you can be overstimulated by the options. What is this? Analysis paralysis is a term for it.
you're just moving fast, and you're over here trying to figure out, well, I want to take my time, but at the same time, there's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
There's things I'm willing to settle on, and there's some things I guess I'm not willing to settle on.
Are you like have you ever considered yourself a perfectionist?
In some things yes, in some things no, I would say.
More open-minded?
I like that I'm willing to investigate as much as necessary. I follow this concept called the 80-20 rule for as many things as possible, which is that the 80% of value comes within the first 20% of doing something. So maybe another term is like Renaissance man, where you try to be okay at everything. So I would rather have this currently because I believe I have more intelligence than wisdom. So I don't have the wisdom to know exactly what would be the best use of my time as a singular focus yet. And I believe on a long enough time horizon, I will. So being patient with myself is viable as well too. Can I turn right here or do I need to go left?
You have to turn left.
Okay.
And make right here on the street.
And then go right?
Yes.
The GPS was giving me two different ways to go.
Yeah, it's either this one, but we're kind of looking, it's more like near the center of the street.
Okay.
Or in this case, the main gate.
I can turn right here, right?
Yes.
Okay. I look forward to the day when I speak about something with as much beauty and conviction as you do with your art. I look forward to that day.
I hope you do, actually. I know a lot of people, they wish people would. And so I'll never see them again, but I'm kind of curious to know, what happens afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, I know some people are just like, oh, end of discussion, but I'm
Yep.
curious to know what happens.
Well, what I've been uploading it to, and I have a YouTube channel called Nick's Perspective, and you can search me on there, or Nick McGraw is my name. Should I stop here or keep on
Yes,
going?
right here.
Okay. It was very nice talking with y'all. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate it. Thanks for being a part of this thing.
I know it wasn't much, but
Yeah, it's the one that's on. Yep, just hold up. Yep, you got it. Thank you.
thank you. Nice meeting you.
Very nice meeting you. Thanks for inspiration.
What'd you say you're?
Nick's. So right now it's YouTube. That's why I'm doing it right now. Is Nick's Nicks Perspective.
Oh.
And then they're probably in the future will have links to other stuff. I'm still trying to figure it out. It's been like this is day number 2.
Hey, I'm sure you'll get there.
Yeah.
Before, right?
Yeah, one day at a time,
Right, thank you.
And you have this thing right here as well.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good day, all. Mexico story. Yeah. Were you here maybe in the past? I often tell that one. Lived in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Puerto Verde. Puerto Verde. I taught English there for a couple months. Okay. Nobody's asking questions though. Not helpful. Dang, I'm in a really bad spot. "99 Pasadena Avenue. "99 Pasadena Avenue, South Pasadena. "13413. Let's call it 58 minutes.